A few years ago, I did a producing a song in Logic Pro tutorial on the YouTube channel. That was with Logic 10, and we have a bunch of new stuff, and some stuff has changed with a Logic 11. So I'm going to try to do a similar tutorial to that one today, but using Logic 11, and I'm going to take advantage of some of the new stuff in Logic and start working in a song. Now, if you're watching this at the start of the year, then on the Logic Band Discord server, we're doing something called Stock Logic January. And we're going to all try to complete a project in Logic using just the stuff that comes with Logic. So any of the stock instruments, any of the stock effects, any of the stock loops, use it to your heart's content, but no third-party tools. And let's see what we can do just using the stock Logic stuff. Now, this is less about trying to make a point that, oh, you can do everything with Logic, you don't need any third-party tools, and more about let's focus on getting a project done. Let's focus on getting a good song in the books and finishing something and removing the distractions, removing the option paralysis that we can get caught up in as we navigate the process to do so. Now, obviously, I don't think that using stock Logic will make your final project inferior in any way, shape, or form. So I think it's a good exercise to remind us just how much we can do with what we have. And when we focus and implement somewhat of a deadline, how much we can truly get done as well. So that's really the goal of this. And if you are watching this and you'd like to join us, join the Logic Band Discord server. And we're going to be discussing this in the session planning channel. And you can post links to your work along the way in the feedback channel and get feedback on some stuff and ask questions and stuff like that. So let's hope that this gets everybody inspired to see if we can't get a project done, at least one project a month done throughout the year of 2025, and have a lot to share with the world musically as the year progresses. So I'm in Logic right now. It's a blank screen, and I'm just going to press Command N because I'm going to start this project with a template.
Table, row 2 of 8, new project, document image, selected.
And if you view left or right, you want to look for this table that says new project. Now, it could say something like project template or demo project or my templates or something like that, depending on what you've selected before. But if you've never used this table before, then this is what it's going to land on. It's just going to say new projects. Now, we want to interact with this table and down arrow to where we can choose from project templates instead of creating a blank new project. If you use up and down arrows, you can change the options here, but it won't speak generally. So we're going to interact with this table.
In table, row 2 of 8, new project, document image, selected, new project, document image.
And we're going to view down.
Recent, live loops grids, tutorials, demo projects, copy image, project templates, move image.
And there we have project templates. So now if we press VOJ, it will jump us into the collection area that has different templates for us to choose from. So VOJ.
In collection, hip hop, button.
And it says hip hop.
Hip hop,
So
button.
that's the first template in here. If we view right.
Electronic, button. Songwriter, button. Orchestral, but multi-track, button. Music for picture, button. Music for picture, button.
So those are all the different templates we have. I'm going to view left back to songwriter. That's the one we want to use.
Multi-track, orchestra, songwriter, button.
Let's stop interacting
Auto
with
collection.
this and view right.
Expanded, disclosure triangle.
And as with view right, we're going to land on this expanded disclosure triangle. Now, if this says collapse, you're probably not going to see the stuff that follows as with view right. So you want to view space on this and get it to say expand. Now, as we'll view right, we're going to see a description of what's in the template.
Details. An ideal writing studio with drums, bass and premium amps together with vocal tracks.
And then as we'll view right, we're going to see some parameters for the project we're creating.
Use musical grid, checkbox.
So musical grid means that the project's going to be in bars and beats instead of being in minutes and seconds. That's generally what we want when we're working on music. So we're going to leave that checked.
96, tempo, slider.
That's our tempo slider. You can interact with that slider and use VO left and right to adjust it in increments of 10. So if I interact in VO right, it'll set it to 106. If I use VO left, it'll set it to 86. And if you use VO shift left and right, you'll move in increments of 1. So if I do VO shift right, it'll set it to 97, and VO shift left will set it to 95. So that's how you can set your tempo if you know the tempo that you want to start with. Now, if I VO right from here,
Tap tempo button.
we end up with tap tempo. And if you VO space on this 5 times at the rate of which you want your song to be, so if it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will set the tempo to the pace that you just clicked on or VO spaced on that tap tempo button with. You can also tap tempo once you have a project created, and I have a tutorial on how to do that, and I'll make sure that's linked in the description below and the pinned comment. All right, let's keep going here. We can VO right.
C major, key signature.
If you know the key of the song, you can set that here. And if you know the
4/4, time signature, scrubber groove.
time signature of the song, if it's not in 4/4, then you can set that here. Now, you can set both of these things in the control bar group inside of the control bar. So if you need to create a project and mess around with it and work out what your key and time signature is going to be, don't worry, you can change those in the project as well. So
Scarlett 18i 24th gen, audio input, pop-up button.
next is our audio interface. So it has my Scarlett set as my audio interface for the input.
Scarlett 18i 24th gen, audio output, pop-up button.
And the output. And that's generally what you want, is to have them set to the same thing. And you'll probably want to have headphones or speakers plugged into the Scarlett or whatever interface you're using, so that you can hear your project through that interface. You can also, in the system, set VoiceOver to go through your interface as well, or to set all your system audio to go through your interface as well. And that way, if you're using headphones, you can hear VoiceOver and everything through your interface headphones if you want to have stuff set up that way. All right, let's keep going here.
44.1, sample rate, pop-up button.
This is a sample rate. I would say leave this on 44.1 if you're just getting started. I know that my interface is set to 96 kilohertz, so I'm going to use that.
Menu, 40, 88, 96, 96.
But by default, your interface and your projects are going to be set to 44.1, so just leave it on the default setting. All right, and as we navigate past here,
Kilohertz, 25, frame FPS, off, spatial audio, pop-up, 5.1, it to 775, open an existing project, button, cancel, button, choose, default, button.
and none of those other things really matter to us and what we're doing here. So I just went past all that stuff until I got to the choose button. And if I VO space on this choose button, it's going to create a blank project with a couple of different tracks in it for us based on the template that we chose. So let's VO space on this.
Library, group, control bar, tool.
All right, so here we are in the project, and this is going to be a project with a bunch of tracks in it already. So let's go over to the tracks area. So if we VO right,
Library, group,
we have the library,
tracks, group,
and the tracks group,
inspector, group,
the inspector,
session player, group.
and the session player. Now this is the editor, so that means the drummer track is most likely selected, since this does come up with an instance of the drummer track in it. So that's why this is being shown to us right here. So let's VO left back over to the tracks
Inspector,
group.
tracks, group.
Let's interact with
In
the
tracks,
tracks group.
tracks, tracks, tracks header, group.
Go over to tracks header, and if we interact with
In tracks
this,
header, track 1 SoCal, group.
we see that we have a drummer track. SoCal is usually the drummer track, and there is an 8-bar drummer region in this project. If I do Control End
9 bars,
and Control Home,
1 bar.
you will see that there's a region on this track that ends at bar 9 and starts at bar 1. So whenever you add a drummer track to the project, it generally comes up with an 8-bar drummer region for you. And if I were to play this project, you will hear that there is a drum beat in the project for us already. Now, as we down arrow here,
Track 2 natural strum, group.
we have natural strum. That's a track for an acoustic guitar, and there's some EQs and compressors and sends to reverbs on this track ready to go, so you can get a decent sound if you mic up your acoustic guitar out of the box.
Track 3 tracking vocal, group.
Tracking vocals, same thing. This is a track intended for you to record your vocals on, and there's a de-esser, EQ compressor, and some other plugins on this track, along with the send to a couple of reverbs, so that once you plug your microphone in and turn input monitoring on, it's gonna sound nice and give you a nice starting point to start recording on.
Track 4 Hi-Fi DI Groove.
Hi-Fi DI is for recording your bass guitar. So it's just got like a instance of the bass amp designer on it and probably some EQ and compression on it already. So if you were to plug a bass guitar into your audio interface, you could record it on this track and have a nice starting point to go with.
Track 5 Studio Grand Groove.
And Studio Grand is our software instrument track that's using the brand new Studio Piano instrument that's part of Logic 11. So this is a track that you can play and record your keyboard parts on. So if you have this track in focus and you got your MIDI controller plugged in and you hit some keys on your MIDI controller, you'll hear what this piano sounds like. Or you can use Command K, which is a virtual typing keyboard.
Tracks contents, Groove, Untitled 7 Logics, Tracks, Window.
Play along as well. So
musical typing.
I just hit Command K to hide the musical typing keyboard again. So those are the tracks that we come with.
Track 3 Natural Strum Groove.
I'm going to put free audio tracks here because we don't have anything for electric guitars in this project. So I'm going to do Command Option A.
Track 4 Audio 4. Track 5 Audio 5. Track 6 Audio 6.
So I just press Command Option A 3 times to add free tracks to the project because generally I like to have a left, a right, and a center guitar track in my projects. And now I'm going to go rename these.
Track 2 Hi-Fi DI. Track 3 Natural. Track 4 Audio 4 inches. Groove.
So Audio 4 is the first one. I'm going to use Shift Return.
Audio 4. Content selected. Edit text. Selection U-I-T-A-R.
So that's
Track 4 Guitar. Groove.
Oops. Let's stop that playback.
Guitar. Content selected. Edit text.
You got to type
for
fast,
guitar. Groove.
apparently.
Guitar. Content selected. Select U-I-T-A-R. Guitar. E-F-T.
There we go. That's guitar left. Apparently this thing loses focus if we stop typing for
Track
a second.
3 natural. Track 4 guitar left. Track 5 audio 5.
All right. Audio 5. I'm going to name guitar right.
Audio 5. Content select U-I-T-A-R. Guitar. Capital I-G-A-T.
All right. So I named that guitar right.
Track 4 guitar left. Track 5 guitar. Track 6 audio 6.
And this one I'm going to name guitar center.
Audio 6. Content selected. Edit text. Select U-I-T-A-R. Guitar. Cap E-T-E-R.
All right, so that one is named Guitar Center. Now, if I wanted to add Amp Designer to this, I'm going to go to
Track 5, Track 4, Guitar Left.
Guitar Left, and I'm going to just do Command 2 to jump into the mixer.
Guitar Left, partially hidden, channel strip groove, Untitled 7 Logics, Mixer, Tracks, Window.
All right, so we're in the mixer, and I'm going to interact with the channel
Guitar
strip.
Left, content selected,
via
name, edit
home,
text, setting, button.
To jump to the top of the channel strip via right.
Gain reduction off, channel mode, input, button.
Input, we want to set this to input 1. It's going to be an input 1 by default. Now, if it just says input and it doesn't say input 1, input 2, or whatever, you can full screen this window with Command Control F to hear what it is, or you can just VO space on input.
Search text field, check mark, input 1.
And as you VO down, it tells you right there what input is selected to. And if you want to change that, let's say you have your audio, your guitar or bass plugged into input 2 on your interface. You want to go down.
No input. Hyphen, input, submenu.
To the input submenu, VO
input,
right.
Submenu, 18 items, check mark, input 1.
And here,
input 2.
You can select input 1, input 2,
input 3.
Input 3. So let's say you have an interface where your input's like, say, input 9, your DI input is input 9. You just go down to input 9 and VO space on that to select it. Now, I want to use input 1, so I'm just going to hit escape here, but you can VO space on the input you need to
Closing
use.
menu. Closing menu. Input button.
So if I VO right.
Guitar right. Partially hidden. Channel. Guitar left.
Oops, that kicked me out. So I'm going to interact with the channel strip again.
Guitar left. Content selected. Name. Edit text.
And then VO home.
Setting button.
Then VO right.
Gain read off. Channel input button. Audio plugin button.
So
actions available.
It says audio plugin. So if I VO space on this,
search text, recent, dimmed.
Can VO down.
Gain, 22, JWBG, true dynamic, little, amps and delay, submenu, amps and pedals,
Let's
submenu.
Go to amps and pedals.
Amps and pedals, submenu, 4 items, amp designer, submenu.
And we'll select amp designer.
Amp design mono.
And we'll leave it on mono.
Guitar left, dialog. Guitar toolbar, bypass, default, previous, button,
and
next, button.
What I want to do.
Compare, controls, link, amp design, table, row 1 of 27, in table.
Go over to this table. And I'm going to VO down.
Gain, fake, mid, press, map, amp, model, amp, EQ model, amp, British amp pop-up button.
To the model section. I'm going to change this to
menu,
pawn
26
shop.
item, transparent pawn shop amp.
So I just did VO end to jump to the bottom and then VO up to pawn shop because it's the second to last option.
Closing menu, amp, pawn shop amp pop-up button, sell 2 items.
Went down to model, selected pawn shop. And I'm going to close
Mixer,
this.
Groove, Mixer, groove.
And that puts me
Mixer,
outside
groove.
of the channel strips in the mixer, so I'm going to interact
in
again.
Mixer, groove, Mixer, layout area. Mixer. Layout area.
Interact with the
In
layout
mixer.
area.
Guitar right. Guitar left. Partially hidden. Channel strip groove.
Go to guitar left. Now the other thing I want to do is pan this track left. So I'm going to interact
Guitar
with
left.
this.
Solo. Mute. Monitoring. Record. Off. 0.0 decibels. Signal clipping off. 0.0. Pan. Circular slider.
Right there. 0 pan.
In
Let's
circular.
interact. Pan this all the way left.
Out of circular slider. Read. -64. Pan.
Minus 64 left. So let's stop
Contents. Out
interacting
of guitar
here.
left. Partially hidden. Guitar right. Partially hidden. Channel strip groove.
Interact with guitar right. And if you need to set your inputs to be inputs 2 for all these other tracks, you can go ahead and do that. But because they're already on input 1, I'm not going to worry about that in my case. So I'm going to close the mixer here.
Now in Untitled 7.
And what I'm going to do is go to
Track 5 guitar right. Track 4 guitar left.
Guitar left. And if I do Command Option C, it will copy the settings on that channel strip. And I'm going to go down
Track 5 guitar right. Groove.
guitar right. I'm going to do Command Option Shift and V because I only want to paste the plugin. I just want to paste the Amp Designer plugin onto this track. So you can do Command Option C on one track to copy the channel strip settings and then go down to another track and do Command Option Shift V only to paste the plugins on a new track. Now I'm going to interact with this track because from the track header we can set the pan here as well.
In track 5 guitar right. Groove. 9 items. Has focus. Selected. Radio button.
So I interacted with the track header. I'm going to view right.
Guitar right. Mute. Solo. Record enable. Input monitoring. Plus 0.0 decibels. 0 pan. Circular slider.
There's our pan.
In circular slider.
Interact.
10, 20, 30, 4, 5, 6, 6.
Set that over
Out
to
of
64.
circular slider. Out of track 5 guitar right. Groove. Track 6 guitar center. Groove.
Guitar center. I'm going to leave this center, but I'm going to do Command Option Shift V again to paste Amp Designer onto that track, to paste the plugin settings onto that track. And that just saves me from having to go to each of those tracks, load Amp Designer on the track, and then choose the amp model. It just copies that one amp or however many plugins you have on a track. When you do Command Option Shift V, it'll paste those plugins onto the new track for you. So that's setting up the tracks to be recorded. Now, what I would strongly suggest is once you do this and you kind of get an idea of what you like, you can save this as your own template as well. So that might be something to consider. File menu, save as template, and you can save this as your own template so you have these changes made to it. So the next thing I want to do is set my count in. I'm going to press VOM to go to the menu bars.
Apple menu, 10 items.
And VO right.
Logic Pro, file, menu, edit, track, menu, navigate, record, menu, 10
go
items.
Over to the record menu, VO down.
Count in, submenu.
To count in, VO right.
Count in, submenu, 16 items not, check mark, 1 bar.
Just set to 1 bar. I like to set this to 2 bars. I like to have a 2 bar count in when I'm
2
recording.
Bars. Closing menu, track 1 SoCal, groove.
And as the drums are essentially going to be my metronome, I want to populate this entire track with drummer regions. So right now if I do Control End.
9 bars.
And Control Home.
1 bar.
You see that this region starts at bar 1, ends at bar 9. And that's the only thing that's on the region right now. But I want to use the drums in place of a metronome throughout this project. So I'm just going to hit Control Shift D, and that populates the entire drummer tracks with drummer regions. So Control Shift D. And now if I do Control End.
130 bars.
See, it ends at bar 130, Control Home.
9 bars.
And starts at bar 9. That's because it added a region after the first region. So if I tap the left arrow once, and then Control Home.
1 bar.
And Control End.
9 bars.
You see we have that first region. And now if I do Shift A will select all the regions on a track. Same as moving off the track and back onto it. And so now if I do Shift A and do Control End.
130 bars.
See the last region ends at 130.
1 bar.
First region starts at bar 1. So Shift A just lets me select all the regions on the track. All right, so we got the drums. I'm going to go back down to the guitar track.
Track 2, track 4 guitar left, track 5 guitar right, track 6 guitar center, input monitoring, groove.
All right, there we go. That's the track we have input monitoring turned on for. So that's the track that we're going to be recording our guitar on. All right, so we got our count-in set and we got everything we need set up to record. So I just hit return, something I like to do from time to time, make sure I'm at the start of the project. I'm going to hit R, it's going to count me for 2 bars, and then we will start recording. we go. So I got that part recorded right there. And when you play the project back, if you have input monitoring on, you may not hear anything. It's one of the new settings in Logic Pro 11. So I'm going to turn input monitoring off.
Channel strip input monitoring off.
Once you start recording, you really don't need to have input monitoring on, because when you hit R to start recording, it will automatically input monitor the track while you're in recording mode. So once you kind of get your levels, you can just turn input monitoring off. You don't need to leave it on after that. So I just went ahead and turned input monitoring off, and if we play this back, all right, so we got the part we wanted to get recorded. So let's see where this starts and ends. If I do Control Home, it's not going to say anything because we're already at bar 1. But if I do Control End,
17 bars, 4 beats, 60 ticks.
It says it ends right after 17 bars. If I do Control Home,
1 bar.
Starts at bar 1, which is where it should start. So I'm going to do Control End.
17 bars, 4 beats, 60 ticks.
And remember, if you're in a laptop, Control Home is going to be Control FN left arrow, and Control End is going to be Control FN right arrow. All right, so I just press Control End. I'm at the end. I want to move to bar 17.
17 bars.
So I just hit comma to move my playhead over to bar 17, because that's where this section ends. So you see, that's where I need that recording to end, because the recording ran past bar 17, because by the time I put my pick down and hit the space bar, all that fun stuff, it ran a little past bar 17. So we need to trim this to end at bar 17. Now, you can Command T to split the region and then hit the delete key to delete it, but that's too many key commands when we can do it in one key command, and that's the key command to set start and end point of region to playhead. So we have our playhead at bar 17. We have the region selected because if you remember, we did Control End and it took us to the end of the region. Then we moved our playhead to bar 17 with comma. So now if I press Command right bracket, it's going to set the endpoint of the region to where the playhead is. So now if I do Control Home, the region will still start at bar 1.
1 bar.
But now if I do Control End,
17 bars.
the region now ends right at bar 17, which is what I wanted. So when I go to record the next section, it'll be ready for me to record without any overlap or ring out from the other section, the previous section. So the other thing I want to do, if you notice, I recorded this on the center guitar track, because when I only have one thing in a project, one guitar in a project, I like to have it in the center, but I'm going to double this guitar part now. So this means I'm going to pan this one to the left, but if you remember, I already have 3 tracks set up in the project, a left guitar, a right guitar, and a center guitar track, right? So I'm going to cut this with Command X.
Selection deleted. Cut.
And now I'm going to go up
Track 5, track 4, guitar left.
to the left guitar track. I'm going to paste this with Command V.
Paste.
And let's do Control Home.
17 bars. 33 bars.
Oops, I pasted at bar 17. So what I can do is just slide this over to bar 1. So I'm going to hit return to go to bar 1. And if I hit the semicolon, it moves whatever region is selected to the playhead. So now if I do
17 bars.
Control End, it tells me ends at bar 17, and Control Home
1 bar.
tells me it starts at bar 1. And there you hear that it's on the left side because that track is panned left. So now I'm going to go down to
Track 5, guitar right.
the right guitar track, and I'm going to record on this track the double for this section of the song. So I'm going to hit R. It's going to count me for 2 bars, and then we can go ahead and do the recording here. that recorded. So same deal. I want to trim this to end at bar 17. If I do control home, it's not going to say anything because the playhead's already at bar 1.
19 bars 2 division 73 ticks.
And that ends somewhere after bar 19. So I'm going to use the comma to move back to bar 17.
17 bars.
And command right bracket to trim that to end it right there at bar 17. So control home.
1 bar.
And control end.
17 bars.
There we go. All right. So we got the playhead here at bar 17. We're on the center track. I'm going to record the left guitar on the center track again because I like to hear it in the center when it's just one guitar. And then when I go to double it, I'm going to cut that and paste it on the left guitar track. And I'm going to select the right guitar track to record the right guitar part. So that's what we're going to do. We're at bar 17. Let's hit R. It's going to count us in for 2 bars, and then we can start recording. All right, I think I got that. So let's jump to the end again, control end.
25 bars 3 beats 3 divisions 161 ticks.
So you see that goes right over bar 25. So I'm going to use comma to go back to bar 25.
25 bars.
I'm going to hit command right bracket again, try and trim it. If I do control end.
17 bars.
Control home says it starts at 17.
25 bars.
Okay, there we go. So I'm going to do command X to cut this.
Selection deleted. Cut.
And I'm going to go up.
Track 5 guitar right. Track 4 guitar left.
To guitar left. And I'm just going to use
26 bars. 25 bars.
Period and comma to see where I was. I'm just going to use comma to go back to bar 17. And actually, if I hit shift comma,
17 bars.
It'll take me right back to bar 17 because I was at bar 25. And shift comma moves you back by 8 bars. So I'm going to paste this here. Command V to paste.
Paste.
And now
17 bars. 25 bars.
Whatever region it goes
17
from 17
bars.
to 25. So now we're going to go to the right guitar
Track
track.
3, track 4, track 5 guitar right.
And let's see if we can't get this part recorded here. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but it sounds like that the end of the verse part there kind of got cut off on the right side where it's recording. So I think I may have started my recording at bar 16, so it cut off that ending. And I'm going to show you how you can fix that when that happens to you. Yeah, you see there's nothing on the right side there. You only heard it on the left.
15 bars.
And I just hit comma, which means, yeah, I did start recording from bar 16 instead of bar 17. Now, fortunately, Logic does something that's called non-destructive editing, and we did not lose anything here. So what I'm going to do is
25 bars 4 beats 16 bars.
See, our region starts at bar 16.
25 bars 4 beats 3 divisions 232 ticks.
And ends somewhere after bar 25, right? So let's, we're at the end here, so I'm just going to hit comma to go to bar 25.
25 bars.
I'm going to press command right bracket to trim it to end right there at bar 25. And so now if I do control end, doesn't say anything, control home.
16 bars.
Starts at bar 16.
25 bars.
Ends at bar 25. So let's go to bar 16. I'm going to do control home.
16 bars.
And we're going to move over to bar 17 with period.
17 bars.
And this time I'm going to do command left bracket to trim my region to start at bar 17. So command left bracket.
17 bars.
And so now I'm going to hit the left arrow to select the previous region on this track, which is the region that should go from bar 1 to bar 17. So I'm going to tap the left arrow. And
1 bar.
you see bar 1.
16 bars.
And if I play from here, you see you only hear the guitar on the left right there. You're not hearing the right guitar. So now that I have that region selected that starts at bar 1 and it's now ending at bar 16, I want this to end at bar 17 where it should have ended. So I'm going to hit the period.
17 bars.
To move over to bar 17, and now I'm going to do command right bracket to set the endpoint of that region to bar 17 instead of bar 16. And so now that I've done that, if I do control home,
1 bar.
See, it starts at bar 1, control end.
17 bars.
You see it ends at bar 17. So now I'm going to go back to bar 16 with comma.
16 bars.
If I play from here, and we have our section back. So right now we have the intro, the verse, the pre-chorus, the chorus, and the second verse recorded. Because coming out of the chorus, we just happened to record the second verse. It worked out that we got that recorded in one take, so we don't have to copy the first verse anymore, right? So let's go ahead. I'm just going to hit return, go to the beginning, and let's play this from the beginning. So this right here is the intro, and it's, I believe, an 8-bar intro. So this transitions into the second half of the intro right here, and then we're going to transition right here into the first verse. Alright, so this right here is the first verse. This chord progression is what we're going to have in our verses. And then we're going to transition into our pre-chorus after this. So the first verse ends here. And then this is the pre-chorus. So that part where I'm just kind of picking those notes, pre-chorus section is how we can think of this. And now we're going to go into our chorus. So this is our chorus. And as you'll see, when this ends, we go right into the second verse. And this second verse here, we just managed to record in one take with the end of the chorus. So we don't need to copy our first verse over to the second verse. We just need to copy over our pre-chorus and chorus to go where this verse ends right here. So that's what we're going to be doing next. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to use locators to copy the pre-chorus and chorus and paste that at the end of the second verse. Alright, so I'm just going to move over to bar 17 because we want to set our left locator there. And then we're going to go to where the second verse starts, which should be around bar 33. And we're going to set our right locator there. And once we have our locator set, then it's a matter of using Control, Command, and C to copy everything between the locators. And then we can go to where we want, and we can actually use Command Control V to paste insert what we copied. So that's going to move everything over and insert what we copied there. So let's start by going to bar 17. So I'm just going to do Shift period to jump forward by 8 bars.
9 bars. 17 bars.
So I hit it a second time, and that puts me right at bar 17. Yep. So I'm going to set my left locator here at bar 17. And to set our left locator, that's going to be Command Option left bracket.
Set left locator by playhead.
And we're just going to jump by 8 bars again. So Shift period
25 bar. 33 bars.
to bar 33. And that's where the second verse starts. So we're going to set a right locator there. Command Option right
Set
bracket.
right locator by playhead.
You can use Command Option Home and Command Option End to get to your left and right locators. So if you're on a laptop, that's FN Command Option and the left arrow for Command Option Home, and FN Command Option and the right arrow for Command Option End. So if we do Command Option Home,
Left locator checked.
it takes us to the left locator, and we just played from there with the space bar. If we do Command Option End,
Right locator checked.
it takes us to the right locator. and I just played from there. So now that we have our left and right locator set, if we do Command Control C, it will copy what's between the locators. We're going to press that to copy everything between the locators. So now let's go over to, I believe, bar 41. So let's do Shift and period, because I think we're still at bar 33.
41 bars.
Yep, so that puts it right at bar 41. So I'm going to do Command Control V, and that's going to paste. And if I back up to bar 40, so just going to press comma.
40 bars.
And you see it pasted in our pre-chorus here. And then this is going to go into the chorus after this. And there we go. We got our chorus right here. All right, so let's go ahead and copy the chorus over to the end of the song here. I'm going to jump to, I think it's bar 25 is where the chorus is. So I'm just going to hit the slash, type in 25 and hit return, slash 2, 5.
Tracks group.
There we go, we're at bar 25. I'm going to set my left locator here at bar 25.
Set left locator by playhead.
And we're going to move over
26, 27, 28, 29 bars, 30, 31, 32, 33 bars.
bar 33. I'm going to set my right locator there.
Set right locator by playhead.
So now we got our left and right locator set from 25 to 33. I'm going to do Command Control C to copy everything between the locators. And now let's just jump to the end of the song here. I'm going to hit slash.
Position window.
Type in 102.
Tracks group.
Yeah, so 102 is where we're going to paste this. I'm just going to do Command V to paste.
Paste.
And so now if we
101 bars.
start playing from 101. Now we want to repeat the chorus, right? So let's move over to bar 102.
102 bars.
That puts me right at 102. So set our left locator
Set left
there.
locator by playhead.
And if we just hit Shift period.
110 bars.
Yep, set our right locator
Set right
there.
locator by playhead.
And now we're going to do Command Control R to repeat that section. So now the chorus is doubled from 102 all the way through to wherever that just ended, probably 118. So let's go to 102.
109 bars.
Actually, I'm just going to do Command Option Control Home to go to the left locator.
Left locator checked.
And
101 bars.
just a comma to go to 101. And it repeats. So we got a double chorus. So now let's take a quick look at recording a software instrument, because we kind of talked about recording audio tracks there before. So I'm going to make sure I'm on the drum track here.
Track 2, track 1, SoCal.
Okay, so we're on the drum track. I'm going to do Command Option S to add a new software instrument to this project.
Track 2, classic electric piano.
And there we go. And now I'm just going to hit Shift Y to jump into the library.
Search sound, search text field, blank.
And that puts us in the search field in the library. If I view right from there,
Library, browser, row 1.
that's the library browser. I can interact with this
Vintage electric piano.
and view down.
Row 2 of drum kit, bass, row 2 of 22.
And you see we have a bunch of different instruments here. Now we have bass here, and I can view right.
Club ambiance off right, row 1 of 28, column 2 of 2.
And we have all the different
Coffee shop Monstera.
basses here. And I'm going to bring up the musical typing keyboard because I don't have a MIDI keyboard plugged in at the moment. But if you have a MIDI keyboard plugged in, as you go into this folder, you can start playing to hear what these different basses sound like. So I'm going to do Command K.
Library, browser, row 1 of 1, Unicorn 2025 Logics, tracks, window.
And
Tools, pop-up, library.
It does shift my focus out of the library browser, so I'm going to
Tools, pop-up, library, browser, row 2
interact
bass,
with that.
Bass, row 2 of 22. Drum kit, row bass, row 2 of 22.
Go back to bass.
Club ambiance upright, row 1 of 28.
Feel right.
Column 2 of 2.
Now in Logic 11, we got all new basses,
Coffee shop
so
Monstera,
none
row 2
of
28.
the old basses are in here.
Contemporary soul, row 3 of 28.
Go back up an octave. So, I like, there's this bass that was in Logic 10 called fingerstyle bass that I kind of like for stuff like this. So I'm going to come out of the bass category. So I'm going to VO left.
Bass, row 1 of 22, column 1 of 2.
And I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom where it says legacy. So you can just do VO end.
Legacy, row 22 of 22.
Legacy is the last option in here. I'm going to VO right.
Logic, row 1 of 6, column 2 of 2.
I'm going to go down to GarageBand. So
GarageBand, row 2 of 6.
VO right.
Bass, row 1 of 24, column 3 of 3.
Bass is what we're looking for. VO right.
Deep round synth bass, row 1 of 9. Fingerstyle electric bass, row 2 of 9.
Fingerstyle electric bass. That's the one that I like. So I'm going to just hit Y to hide the library. Oops. I got the musical typing keyboard up. So I'm going to hit Command K. Hit Y.
Tracks, groove.
That hides the library. So now I'm back
Tracks, groove.
in a tracks group list.
In tracks header. In track 2 fingerstyle electric.
Fingerstyle electric bass. There we go. So I'm going to hit return to go to the start of the project. I'm going to bring up my keyboard again with
Tracks,
Command
groove.
K.
Unicorn 2025 Logics. Tracks, window.
So I'm going to press R to start recording, and I'm going to record a little bass line here. All right, so I think I got that. I'm going to
Quantize selected region
quantize that and see how this sounds. I'm going to turn the space up a little bit.
Track 2 fingerstyle electric. In track fingerstyle electric mute. Solo. Record input mono plus 0 points in plus 6.0 out of slide out of track 2.
Just so we can hear it a little better for this. I'm going to undo the quantize. So
Apple, Logic, edit, menu, 30 items.
did VO M and then VO right over to edit.
Undo quantize parameter change, closing menu.
And let's undo the quantize. I could have just did Command D, but I wanted to make sure that it was going to undo the quantize there. All right, so I'm going to fix this because if you notice, first note's missing, and quantize and fix that, but like some of the other little parts of it, I didn't like it. Quantize, I kind of felt like it didn't groove with the guitars, right? So that's why I undid the quantize, but I can still fix this. So I'm going to do Command 4.
Piano roll.
Open a piano roll.
Piano roll. Layout
And
area.
if I interact with the piano roll layout area,
Note at 4 beats 4 divisions 167.
see that first note is at 4 beats, and the second note,
Note at 1 bar 4 beats 4 divisions
1 bar 4 beats, right?
Note at 4 beats 4 divisions 100.
So I want to move this note right here to start at bar 1. So I have that note selected. I'm just going to hit return to go to bar 1. And now I'm going to hit the semicolon. It will move that note there.
Note at 4 beats 4 divisions
Oops, I still have the keyboard up. I'm going to do Command K to hide the keyboard. And there we go. So
Note at 1 bar. D music sharp sign 2. Layout item.
now that note starts at bar 1. All right, so we we got that. And then I'm going to just get rid of that last note there because I don't need that note. So I'm just going to hit the right arrow. That's the last note. Hit the delete key. And now Command W to close the piano roll. Next, I'm going to trim this region to end at bar 9, because if I do Control Home, well, it won't tell me because I'm already at bar 1. Control N.
10 bars.
Ends at bar 10.
1 bar.
Starts at bar 1, right?
10 bars.
So I'm going to move over to bar 9, Command right bracket.
1 bar. 9 bars.
There. So I'm probably going to end up using the session players to do the verses, but I'm going to go over to the pre-chorus because I kind of know exactly what I want there. And it's going to be hard to get the session player to do something that simple, I imagine. So let's
10 bars, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 8, 9, 20, 21, 22, 20, 29, 18 bars, 17 bars.
Over to bar 17 and bring up the keyboard here again.
Unicorn.
So let's see if we can make this happen here. Messed that up. Let's try quantizing this.
Quantize selected region cells events.
Actually didn't sound bad. I'm going to undo that, and I'm just going to jump in here. Command 4.
Piano roll, layout area, in piano, note at 16 bars, 4 beats, 4.
I want that one to start right at bar 17.
17 bars.
So put the playhead at bar 17, Command K to hide the keyboard, hit the semicolon, and there. So I'm going to do is jump to the end here.
Note at 20 bars, 3 beats, 2 divisions, 240 ticks. G music sharp sign 2. Layout item. Note at 20 bars, 3 beats, 2 divisions, 2. Note at 20 bars, 3 beats, 102 ticks. F music sharp sign 2. Layout item.
And that F sharp, right? So we want to get rid of that F sharp, or
note at 20 bars, 3 beats, 2 divisions.
Make it a G sharp. So I'm going to delete the G sharp.
Note at 17 bars, 2 beats.
And I just hit delete. I'm going to hit VON.
Note at 20 bars, 3 beats, 102 ticks. F music sharp sign 2. Layout item.
Let's jump to F sharp. I'm just going to use Option up arrow.
Note at 20 bars, 3 beats, 102 ticks. G music sharp sign 2. Layout
to
item.
Transpose that to a G sharp, and then I'm going to move over to bar 21.
21 bars.
Command right bracket. So now I just extended that note to end at bar 21. So much like how with a region, Command left and right bracket sets the end and start point for a region. If you have a note selected in a piano roll, you can set the end point for the note with Command right bracket and set the start point for the note with Command left bracket. So that's a cool thing to use in here as well. Now, the nice thing about the piano roll and event list is you can extend the length of a note. You can't extend the length of an audio region. If you didn't record something, there's nothing to extend. But with a MIDI note, you can select a note and extend the length of it. So if I play this from bar
20 bars.
And that note's a little late. So let's see, where does it start?
20 bars, 3 beats, 102 ticks. G music sharp sign 2. Layout item.
Remove
20 bars, 3 beats.
Control home. I'm going to move to
20 bars, 2 beats. 20 bars, 3 beats.
20 bars, 3 beats. If I do Command left bracket, I just extended the started note back to right on beat 3. So now if I play this,
20 bars.
Previously that note was a little late, right? And now that works a little bit better. So
tracks.
Got that sorted out. And so now
17 bars. 22 bars.
I'm going to trim this region to end at bar
21 bars.
21. I just did Control Home and End to see where it started and end. Starts at 17, ends at 22. I moved the playhead back to 21. I'm going to do Command right bracket to trim that.
17 bars. 21 bars. 17 bars.
And now I'm going to just press Command R to repeat that region. So now it goes
25 bars.
To bar 25 from bar 29. But the ending is a little different here. I'm going to play this. See, we don't have that last note there, right? So I'm going to jump into the piano roll, Command 4.
Piano roll, layout area, piano roll, in piano roll.
Interact with this.
Note at 24 bars.
Jump to the end, 24.
Note at 24 bars, 3 beats. G music.
I'm going to delete that note and then
Note at 21 bars,
view
note at 24
end.
bars, 41 ticks. C2, layout item.
And actually,
bars,
I'm going
41
to do
ticks.
Control Home.
24 bars, 41 ticks.
So I moved the playhead to the start of that note. So I want to extend that note to start right, to end right at bar 25. So I'm going to move my
25 bars.
playhead to 25, Command right bracket. So now
24 bars.
There we go. So, and I can go through this and kind of fix where some of these notes start, and I'll do that. So,
Note at 21 bars. D music sharp sign
I just
2.
did Control Home.
Note at 21 bars. D
21.
Note at 21 bars 2 beats 4 divisions 153 ticks. Note at 21 bars 2 beats 4 divisions 153 ticks.
All right. So this one's a little early. I'm going to do Control Home to move to the start of that second note. So if I move over to
21 bars 3 beats to 21 bars 3 beats.
21 bars 3 beats, and I just do Command left bracket. So let's go back to bar 21.
21 bars.
And like I said, quantizing will probably fix this, but it kind of loses some of the naturalness for some of the notes. So that's why I kind of will go through sometimes and fix some of these manually. Like that fourth one right there seemed a little late again. So let's see.
Note at 21 bars 4 beats 4 divisions 219 ticks. Note at 22 bars 3 beats 33 ticks. G music sharp sign 2. Note at 22 bars 3 beats 33 ticks. G music sharp sign 2. Layout item.
Do Control Home to move the playhead right there. And we're going to move with Command Control comma.
22 bars 2 beats. 22 bars 3 beats.
To be right on 22 bar 3 beats, I'm going to do Command left bracket. So let's play this from 21 again.
21 bars.
And that one could also be extended because if you listen, ends a little short there, right? So I still got that same note selected.
22 bars 3 beats. 22 bars 4 beats 3 divisions 1. 22 bars 3 beats.
So if I go over to 23 bars,
23 bars,
and do Command right bracket, it now ends right at 23 bars. If I do Control Home,
22 bars,
takes me back to the start of that note. There you go. So go back to 21 and play this.
21 bars.
And that's the nice thing. Moving the playhead with command, with common period or Control Command, common period does not change what note you have selected. So because I had that note selected, when I played it from 21 and I heard that it didn't end where I wanted it to end, the note was still selected. So I could do Control Home to jump right back to the start of that note, and then from there do period to move over to 23 and Command right bracket to set the note to end there. All right, so let's play this again. That one. So let's see.
Note at 22 bars 4 beats 4 divisions 200. Note at 23 bars 2 beats 4 divisions 140 ticks. D2 layout item.
Let's
23 bars 2 beats 4 divisions 140 ticks.
That one I believe it is. So Control. Let's see where that starts. I'm just going to do Command Control comma.
23 bars 2 beats 4 divisions. 23 bars 3 beats.
3 beats. That's probably where that should start. So let's do Command left bracket. And now let's play from
23 bars.
23. Back up a little
22
bit.
bars.
All right, so let's go from
19 bars.
20
bars. 21 bars.
All right, so now a couple of things here. I want to copy this stuff that we have here to the other kind of pre-chorus sections that we have in the song. So we have this region from 17 to 21, and I'm going to just verify that I have that region selected with Control and
21 bars.
And Control Home.
17 bars.
So yep, that's the region from 17 to 21. Now, on this bass track, we have three regions. We have the intro from bar 1 to bar 9. We have the pre-chorus from bar 17 to 21, and the second half of the pre-chorus from 21 to 25. So I want to select the region from 17 through 25. So we have the region from 17 to 21 selected. And if I do Control-Shift-F, that will select everything else on the track after the selected region. So in this case, it'll just select the region from 21 to 25. So if I do Control-Home, it's not going to say anything because that's where the playhead is already. So if I do Control End,
25 bars,
and then Control Home,
17 bars.
So you see we have the region from 25 to 17 selected now. So I'm going to do Command C to copy that. And then I believe the next pre-chorus, let's just skip through the project here. I'm just holding down period.
40 bars.
So 41 bars. So let's paste that there.
40 bars.
Yep, that works.
49 bars.
40 to 49. And if I back up to 48.
48 bars.
Perfect. And then the next one's probably going to be in the 80s, 90s somewhere.
67 bars. 71.
94, I want to
83,
say.
88, 91 bars. 93 bars.
Yep.
94 bars.
Let's paste that there.
Paste.
And obviously, yes, you can use slash and just type in these numbers, but because I wasn't sure where it was just easier to just press and hold period or do shift period to skim through the project pretty quickly and get to some of these sections. All right, so now the next thing I want to do is, I remember this saying that we're using D2, we're in that second octave range, and so that might be the same range that my guitar is in. So let's see if we take this down an octave, if that's going to work a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit Shift A to select all the regions on the bass track. So now if I do Control Home and End, you should see the regions from, say, bar 1 to bar 102 are selected. So
1 bar.
Control Home.
102 bars.
Control End. So yeah, so all the, I guess it'll be, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7 regions on the track are selected now because we have a region from bar 1 to 9, bar 17 to 21, 21 to 25, 41 to 45, and 45 to 49, and then 94 to 98, 98 to 102. So we have all those regions on the track selected now. So what we can do is if we just do Option Shift down arrow, it will transpose all the regions that we have selected down an octave. So Option up and down transposes you up and down a semitone. Option Shift up and down transposes you up or down an octave. So if we do Option Shift down arrow, transpose everything down an octave. Let's do Control Home.
1 bar.
And if we do Option Shift up arrow, takes it back up an octave. Yeah, so I like it down an octave. And then let's go ahead and turn this back down
In control
a
bar,
little bit.
toolbar, library, inspector, quick help, uncheck, out of control bar. Inspect tracks, tracks time ruler, tracks header, track 3 hi-fi DI, track 2 track has focus, selected, radio button.
Just interactive with the track header, and then I'm just going to veer right and look for the volume.
Finger, mute, solo, recorded, input monitor, 0 pan, horizontal splitter, 0 plus 6.0 decibel, in slider, plus 0.0 decibels.
I would take that down
minus 2.0,
a little
minus
bit.
3.0 decibels.
And then we can jump over to, say, bar 17.
2 bar, 4 bars, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars, 9 bars, 17 bars. 17 bars. 16 bars.
All right, that works. So that's pretty much it for this section. And thank you for checking out Producing a Song in Logic Pro. In part 2, we're going to take a look at using some of the session players and the chord tracks in Logic to add some more parts to what we have going on here so far.
OBS. OBS. Stop recording.